Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Listen with Stories. Take a slow breath in and breathe out slowly. Today, we tell the story of a man who saved millions of lives. A man who built the first thinking machine. A man who broke the unbreakable code. And then the world broke him. His name was Alan Turing. And the saddest part of his story is this. By the time the world understood what he had done, he was already gone. If this is your first time here, welcome. This channel is made for you. We tell true stories, slowly and clearly, so you can improve your English and feel something real at the same time. Please subscribe now. A new story comes every week, and you do not want to miss what is coming next. Let us begin. Alan Matheson Turing was born on the 23rd of June, 1912, in London, England. From the very beginning, Alan was different. He did not play like other children. He did not talk like other children. He lived inside his own mind, and that mind was extraordinary. At school, his teachers did not understand him. He was slow with some subjects. He forgot small things. He made simple mistakes. In Mayant, but when it came to mathematics, he was like a different person entirely. He could solve problems that adults could not solve. He could see patterns that no one else could see. One teacher wrote about young Alan, "He is always going his own way." That sentence would describe Alan Turing for his entire life. His parents often left England for work. Alan was sent to live with other families. He had no real home. He had no stable warmth around him. But he had one friend, a boy named Christopher Morecambe. Christopher was also brilliant. He and Alan would talk for hours about science, about stars, about mathematics. For the first time, Alan felt truly understood. Then Christopher died suddenly of tuberculosis. Alan was 16 years old. He never forgot Christopher. In many ways, Alan spent his whole life trying to answer one question Christopher's death gave him. Where does a mind go when the body dies? That question would one day lead him to build a thinking machine. Alan went to Cambridge University. He studied mathematics. He was not the loudest student. He was not the most fashionable, but he was thinking thoughts that no one had ever thought before. In 1936, at just 23 years old, Alan wrote a paper. It was called On Computable Numbers. Most people did not understand it at the time. But that paper described something extraordinary. Alan imagined a machine, a simple machine. It could read symbols, it could write symbols, it could follow rules. He called it a universal computing machine. Today, we call it a computer. Alan Turing did not just invent a machine. He invented the idea of a machine that could think. A machine that could do any task if you gave it the right instructions. Every computer you use today, every phone, every laptop, every server is built on Alan Turing's idea. He was 23 years old when he wrote this. The world did not pay attention, but it would. And soon, in 1939, the Second World War began. Nazi Germany was using a machine called Enigma to send secret messages. Every message was in code. Every day, the code changed. The British government needed someone to break Enigma. They needed someone who thought differently. They chose Alan Turing. Alan went to a secret place called Bletchley Park. He worked with a team of brilliant people, but Alan went further than all of them. He did not just try to guess the codes. He built a machine to find the patterns inside the codes. He called it the bomb. The bomb worked. It broke Enigma. And when the Allies could read Germany's secret messages, everything changed. Historians believe Alan Turing's work shortened the war by at least 2 years. That means millions of lives were saved. Alan Turing helped win the war, but no one was allowed to know. It was a government secret. Alan could not tell his family. He could not tell anyone. He lived with this secret for the rest of his life. He saved the world in silence. After the war, Alan returned to his great question, can a machine think? In 1950, he wrote another paper. This one was different. This one asked a question the whole world is still asking today. He called it Computing Machinery and Intelligence. It began with these words. I propose to consider the question, can machines think? Alan designed a test. If a machine could have a conversation and a human could not tell if they were talking to a machine or a person, then the machine was thinking. Today we call this the Turing test. Every AI system in the world today, every chatbot, every voice assistant, every language model is measured against Alan Turing's idea. He was asking these questions in 1950, 75 years ago. He was decades ahead of everyone else. Alan Turing was also a gay man. In 1952, in England, being gay was illegal. Alan did not hide it. He spoke honestly about who he was. The police arrested him. He was charged with a crime that was nothing more than being himself. The court gave him a choice: go to prison or take chemical treatment, hormones injected into his body to change who he was. Alan chose the treatment. He did not want to go to prison. He wanted to continue his work. But the treatment was cruel. It changed his body. It changed his mind. It brought him deep, quiet pain. And in 1954, Alan Turing was found dead. He was 41 years old. A half-eaten apple was found beside him. The world said it was suicide. The man who saved the world, who invented the computer, who imagined artificial intelligence, died alone, in disgrace, at 41. My friends, you have just listened to one of the most powerful stories in modern history, and you listened in English. Do you know what that means? It means your English is growing right now, in this moment. Today's key words: extraordinary, pattern, universal, intelligence, chemical treatment, disgrace. Say them slowly. Feel them. You are doing something real, something that takes courage. Keep listening, keep learning, one story at a time. In 2009, the British government officially apologized to Alan Turing. In 2013, nearly 60 years after his death, the Queen of England gave him a royal pardon. His face now appears on the British £50 note. The world finally said we were wrong. But Alan Turing was not there to hear it. He never knew that future generations would call him the father of computer science. He never knew that his ideas would power the entire digital world. He never knew that history would remember him as a hero. He only knew the silence. And yet, his mind lives in every computer, every phone, every AI system on Earth. Alan Turing is everywhere. He always will be. Thank you so much for listening today, my friends. Tell me in the comments, did this story surprise you? What moment stayed with you the most? And if you want part 2 of Alan Turing's story, write part 2 below. If I see enough comments, I will make it. Until next time, listen slowly, learn, deeply. Stay curious.